Los Angeles, California, the scene as the 2021 NCAA Men's Water Polo Championship continues today with semifinal action. University of Southern California taking on UC Davis. Hi, everyone. Greg Meskel welcoming you poolside, the Speaker Aquatic Center on campus at UCLA. As we look at our bracket, we're down to these last four teams. First up, the Trojans against the Aggies to follow what should be a real barn burner. Cal and UCLA, two excellent games on the way. Winners will meet tomorrow for the 2021 championship here in men's college water polo. And we look first at the UC Davis Aggies, champions of the Western Water Polo Association, coming at 19-8 on the year. They got past Long Beach State in a thriller. Head coach Dan Layson in his 9th season leading this group, former USC Trojan. In his playing days, he knows the program well. And the Aggies upending Long Beach State Thursday in an overtime classic. Across the way for USC, Marco Pintorich. His 3rd season as the head man, but again, he's been around the program. 21st season overall on staff. Like Layson, a Trojan as a player, was one of the best to do it in the late 90s as we get set for the start of this one. For USC, this is a game they expect to be in year in and year out. It is a program with championship pedigree. They are one of the top teams year in and year out. Won the 2018 championship, looking to get back to it. And there on the right of your screen, standing with the black hat, is Pintorich. Casey Moon next to him. That's Connor Vergie sitting in the red Trojans cap, also a former USC Trojan. There's a closer look at Pinta, as they call him, and he has gotten this USC team back to the semifinal round with eyes on the title bout. USC coming in as the #1 seed in this tourney. They were an at-large pick out of the MPSF. UCLA winning the MPSF tourney. And Nick Porter in cage for USC. For Dan Layson, again, the Conference Coach of the Year in the WWPA. 4th time he's done that. First time UC Davis has won their way into the semifinal round. This is their 3rd appearance in the semis. You'll recall in the late 90s, it was just 4 teams that made the tournament. And so UC Davis reached semifinals in de facto fashion, but here they win their way in. As we get set for the start of this one, good crowd still filing in, a sellout this weekend, so expecting with the home team Bruins up next to have stands at full capacity. Our starters in this one, first for UC Davis, Aaron Wilson goes in cage. He's joined in the field by Logan Anderson, Spencer Toll, Aleix Asnar-Beltran, Nir Gross, Michael Plastino, and Holden Neach. For the Trojans, Nick Porter, the Aussie in goal, Alexander Lancel, Hannes Dobé, the Olympian, Jake Earhart, Marcus Longton, Max Miller, and Ash Molthen. And USC so deep they can toggle that starting lineup. You'll see some real talent as well coming in off the bench as we are underway. And the opening sprint is controlled by the Aggies. They're in the Whitecaps. USC in the maroon and gold. Our officials in this one, Scott Volz, Joe Pila, and it is first quarter action between USC and UC Davis. Winner moves on to the NCAA championship bout. And for the Aggies, a tall order. This is their 3rd meeting against USC on the year. 0-2 thus far. They threaded inside. Good catch, but Porter is out and comes up with the steal as they looked in close to get Nir Gross involved. Now we'll see USC on offense for the first time. Here's the lefty Molthen, joined by a fellow southpaw Longton. Out high now, Earhart looks and hits, and wasting no time. Jake Earhart and the Trojans are on the board early. And Spirit of Troy right into action. The band on hand to cheer that one on as Jake Earhart delivering, the senior from Camarillo, California, and a 1-0 lead for the Trojans. We told you about 2 prior meetings. Early on in September is when both of them took place, and so you can certainly make the argument that this is a much different UC Davis team, a different USC team as well. a player like Ashworth Moulton was not available early on, but here's a clean look inside and a little highs near Gross, the powerful center for the Aggies. Those two early meetings, a 13-7 win for USC at Davis on September 18th, and then just a week later at the MPSF Invite in Berkeley, a 13-8 win for the Trojans once more. So the Aggies looking to defy the odds here, trailing 1-0 early stages. And we'll see an exclusion power play on the way for USC. And that will go against Asnar Beltran, his first and our first power play, as USC will get the opportunity to go up by 2. Here's Moulton. Out high, looks to Earhart, swinging around. Dobay, good look on the post, but the nice save from Aaron Wilson, denying that Max Miller try in close. So good ball movement there from USC on the advantage, and just could not cash in close. And let's see if UC Davis can take advantage of their good defense on the other end. Shot clock to 6. Here's Michael Plastino. Timer to 2. Out high, they got to go. Score it from distance. Spencer Toll. We're even at 1 with 6:05 to play in the first.
That comes at 6:05, tied up at 1 apiece.
And the Aggie contingent that has made the trip here, liking what they are seeing thus far. It's a 1-1 game. Spencer Toll, the redshirt senior, knows this area well, went to Harvard Westlake, out of Pacific Palisades, California. And now we're back to live action. Tie game, early stages. 2 minutes gone by, first quarter, semifinal, the first of 2 on day. And it's USC and UC Davis all even at 1. Here's Dobay. Defenders draped on him, steps out, thought about it, kicks out to Moulton around the way, Longton. Plenty of time for the Trojans. Moulton takes a look. Longton now poured inside Earhart. Great position to step out and rip. And for Jake Earhart, he showed us the outside range and now showing us what he can do on the post. 2 quick ones. Earhart, 34 goals now overall on the year. And he has been a key piece of this Trojan attack from the early days. A 3-time All-America pick coming into this season. Could be headed that way again after all is said and done here. So 2-1, Trojans ahead. UC Davis, again, will look to battle back. A couple of subs here, and whenever you talk about the anatomy of an upset, and that is what UC Davis is looking to do here, depth always becomes a quick topic of conversation. USC getting into their bench. Chris Sturdivant has come on. Carson Kranz is in as well. We've seen a couple of other players come in off the bench. Wyatt Barker is on. Entry inside, a scrum fort, stolen away. Jacob Merchep takes it away. A Catino Award finalist. You talk about depth. He's coming off the bench in this one. Here's McGuire. Out high now, Bernatich. Luka Bernatich has come on. So line change here for USC. 6 in, 6 out. Merchep fires it down low. Quick turn, Barker. And a 3-1 lead for USC.
Wyatt Barker on the finish.
Wyatt Barker, the transfer, coming over from University of the Pacific. And immediately paying dividends as another big body down low. Was a tie game moments ago. 2 quick ones here for the Trojans, and it is 3-1. Under 5 to play first quarter. Davis controlling, top of the perimeter. Asnar Beltran. They work at far side. Now back to Asnar Beltran. He'll take a look. Nothing there. Gives to Toll. They play catch. Timer to 6. In close. Step out and field block. Good help from Bernatich. That one never got to Porter as the turn and face from Gross was denied. 4:24 left, first quarter. 3-1 USC. Here's Merchep, the redshirt senior from Dubrovnik. We'll see an offensive. That's Barker inside. And the ball back to UC Davis and Aaron Wilson. Wilson, a stellar game against Long Beach State on Thursday. In that overtime win, 9-8. Ordinary. See a little bit of the sun playing a factor here. We'll see an exclusion. And a power play coming for UC Davis. Their first opportunity on the man advantage. Bernatich will go off. Power play to the Aggies. They'll work it along 2 meters. That's Fleming. Out high now. Here's Nietzsche with his hat partially removed. Back around along 2 meters. Cross pass Nietzsche. Side's about to come even. Davis has got to go, but Porter is ready. And the USC defense kills off that power play. Under 3:30 to go, first quarter. It stays 3-1, so both sides failed to convert on their first attempt on the advantage. Bernatich now works to Merchep, one of many dangerous lefties on this USC roster. Here's a 6-on-5, second crack at it for USC. Exclusion on Davis. That will go against Nietzsche. Patience here from the Trojans on the attack. Merchep. Low skip, and Aaron Wilson ready for it. Aaron Wilson, 14 saves in that win against Long Beach State. A big one there on the power play. And now Nietzsche out of the box and ready to go. Under 3 to play, first quarter. Trouble here, double team. It's going to leave a man open. Davis on the attack, skip shot, score. Ben Fleming. Well, Merchep rolls the dice on the double, and UC Davis cashes in. They get one back, trailing now 3-2 on the Ben Fleming delivery, the sophomore from New Zealand. Goal number 25 on the year for the Auckland native, and he took advantage of time and space. It's a 3-2 game. Checked in with Dan Layson before this contest got underway and asked him, when you look at a game like USC in a tournament like this, how do you defeat them? And first thing he talked about was limiting the turnovers. He knows that USC is going to deliver a hard press against the Aggies, and there's absolutely no room for error. So the longer they can stay in the mix and not turn the ball over, better chance they'll have, but this is going to hurt the Aggies' chances. Dobay draws an exclusion. Power play. Third attempt here. Exclusion on Asner Beltran. He's got 2 quick ones here, and we're still in the first quarter. Dobay changing his angle. Works to Molthen. Around the way now Longton. A few fakes. Score it. That'll work for Marcus Longton. And the first power play goal on either side comes from the lefty. His 28th goal on the year. And a 4-2 advantage. Second look here, the patience from this USC attack, and Longton comes near side. There was a shot block available cross cage, goes away from that and is able to tuck it in to the near side corner. Back to even strength. Here's Levi Murtaugh, who's come on, a redshirt junior from Riverside, California. Murtaugh gives a look. More subs in for the Aggies. Aaron Vogenthaler has come on. An exclusion. Max Miller going off. Second power play for UC Davis. Murtaugh save Porter. And Nick Porter is there to halt that power play attempt after Max Miller was excluded. So now USC back to even strength as Miller is back into the pool, and Earhart will direct traffic as we go the other way. Second look there at the Porter save. Traffic. Nick Porter, one of the top college goalies. No doubt about that. Longton now threads it into Moulton. The turn, the step through, the penalty. Ash Moulton, as creative as they get in the college game. And this is just one-on-one maneuvering. Works inside, ball free. Defender from behind. penalty field, while USC able to connect on 5 of 8 shots. You have to include in that, of course, a penalty. Aaron Wilson, the keeper for the Aggies, off to a good start. 3 saves. Nick Porter with 2 stops for USC. This is the 36th NCAA tourney appearance for USC. For UC Davis, their 8th appearance, although they've made it a habit lately, as they were here in 2019, and then also you go back to 2017 and 2016. Those are the appearances in the Dan Layson era. UC Davis opting out of last year's abbreviated season during the COVID-19 pandemic that slid the men's water polo season actually to earlier this year. So this will be the one weird year where a men's program can actually win 2 titles, it could be UCLA, in the same calendar year. Turnover here, Wilson comes out dangerous, and he gets lucky as that shot ricochets off the post from Tom McGuire as the cage was open. Second look, that one just past Wilson, off the post. And UC Davis catches a break. Early stages, second quarter. Aggies back on the attack now. Toll has 1 goal already, goes to Fleming. He's got the other. Fleming, nothing there. Timer to 2. It's to Toll. Let's fly, and that one doesn't make it all the way to the cage, and Porter is able to gather. Then on the way down, an exclusion. That will go against Near Gross, and a 6-on-5 coming for USC. Second look there at the field block. That was good defense in front by Bernatich, so that Porter didn't have to do much. Merchep now. Out high, McGuire. Swing it around. Good looks. Here's Sturdivant. And wave it off inside the 2. So Wyatt Barker spending too much time inside 2 meters, and that cancels out the power play. Turns it over, and it'll go back to the Aggies. Aggies in at 19-8 on the year after that win over Long Beach State. They went 7-1 in their conference. Coming on a 4-game win streak. And now an offensive on this end, and not so much an offensive as a delay. UC Davis, after the ordinary, did not restart in a timely fashion. And the ball back to the Trojans. Merchep fires that pass across the Sturdivant. Dangerous keeper out. Wilson, a sprint for it, and he's there first. Aggressive goalkeeping from Aaron Wilson to gather that one up as Sturdivant was closing in. And that's a split-second decision. Sometimes doesn't always work out. On this side, Porter off his line to gather up that entry pass that was looking for Will Nomura, the sophomore utility. Under 6 to play. First half, transition, exclusion. It's a minor misconduct that will go against UC Davis. This will leave a 6-on-5 opportunity for USC. Here's Sturdivant. Guilty party for the Aggies is Plastino. What a stop! Wilson turns away that attempt from Barker inside. Sides come even. So again, USC stays with possession, but can't convert on the advantage. They had the man advantage there momentarily. Here's Merchep now. Out high, Bernatich. Still plenty of time as they work along 2 meters. Out to Merchep. Out high, Bernatich. Shot clock to 5, and he puts it high of the cage and away. And the Aggies will have it back with Aaron Wilson. 5:05 to play here in the first half. Wilson pushes ahead, looking now for Fleming. Now Logan Anderson. An all-conference performer is Anderson. They go inside, good step through, and drawing the exclusion. That was Spencer Toll with an aggressive move inside. And that'll see UC Davis go up on their 3rd power play. The exclusion will go on Chris Sturdivant as Dan Layson will take a timeout. Under 5 to play, first half. 5-2 USC leading UC Davis. And a 6-on-5 chance on the way now for the Aggies. Had a couple of goals in that first quarter, have yet to find the back of the cage here in the second. And Dan Layson knows the opportunity here to try and get this back within 2. We told you Layson played at USC, also part of the 2004 men's Olympic team staff as an assistant. Then got heavily involved in club water polo with the Rose Bowl Club in the Pasadena area. Then came to this very pool, an assistant with UCLA, before heading up to the Davis area to take on that program. UCLA and Cal to follow. 2 semifinals on the way today to determine who will play for a title tomorrow here in Westwood. Under 5 to play, first half. Aggies on the advantage. Out of the timeout, they go to work. Here's Anderson now, works to Norton. Beltran now, swinging around. Vogenthaler. Shot clock to 15, still on the advantage. Off the bench as we are away now. Longton, a few looking for something. Sides coming even, and that shot goes high. That wasn't what they were after, you'd imagine, as Norton puts it up and over the goal. And now 0 for 3 on the power play. With USC taking control, Ash Molthen is back. Here's Earhart now. And to Dobay. Dobay has the ordinary. Low skip. Tough to stop. Hannes Dobay. That's his second. Has the penalty, now has the natural goal after the foul. And Dobay emerging as one of the best talents in the United States. Redshirt junior made his Olympic debut this past summer in Tokyo. Did not compete last year in college water polo. He was with one of the top clubs in the European system, capping up for Olympiakos in Greece. Took home Greek League and Greek Super Cup championships, and you can't replicate that year of experience, even at the highest levels of the college game. So he's poised to go next level internationally. On the other end, Vogenthaler puts it up and away. Under 4 to play, first half, 5-3. Excuse me, 5-2, 6-2. We have our scoreboards are all mixed and matched here. It is a 6-2 lead for USC. Molthen. Earhart now. Molthen lost the handle. Molthen looked to just lose the handle on that one. Reminds you of the quarterback that just doesn't have the grip. Anderson now on the other end. Entry in, double team. And ball under is the call. Dobay and Molthen converge on Gross to force that turnover. And Nick Porter calmly directing traffic. He'll push ahead to Dobay. Now Longton. And Molthen. Ash Molthen. A few fakes. Looking for his shot, and no surprise after that last one went awry. This one more on target, goes off the bar. Long rebound, tracked down by Dobay. And a new shot clock for the Trojans. And extended offense, power play. Dangerous pass there. It sails into the corner, a little high from Earhart. On the advantage, Vogenthaler going out for UC Davis. And what a save again. Wilson ranging right to keep that one. It sure seemed destined for the back of the cage, but Aaron Wilson. A second look at this one.
Good 5-on-6.
The redirect, and the Aggie defense just getting enough of that to slow it down and keep it 6-2, 2:20 to play first half. And now more exclusion action on this end. Aggies will have their fourth power play. Kick out on Max Miller. That's his second foul. Can Davis convert on their first power play goal of the day? Right now 0 for 3. Out high, Asnar Beltran. Near side, Murtaugh. Good look in front, slammed home. It's Logan Anderson on the 6-on-5 connect. That'll make it a 6-3 ball game. Aggies patiently waiting for this, and that pass threads the needle to connect with Anderson. From Northern California, San Anselmo, a little north of San Francisco. Anderson, his 43rd goal on the year. He had a monster WWPA final. 4 goals in that 14-9 win over Cal Baptist that launched this Aggie team into the NCAA tournament. Davis got to host the tourney, and they took full advantage of being the home team, winning the title and moving on. Under 2 to play. Cross pass, here's Tom McGuire. Out high now, Bernatich. Patience again from the Trojans. Timer to 4. Aggies send one down. Skip shot, ricochet off the bar. Long rebound, Sturdivant. Right now they'll stay 5-on-5, kind of. Save Wilson, came up high to stuff the try from McGuire on the post. And now we'll settle back into 6-on-6. Aaron Wilson stays up and on the way down had enough left in the tank with the left hand to bat that one away as we are under 90 seconds to go. First half, 6-3 lead for the Trojans. Again, they'll pour it back inside. Backhand, this one works. Wyatt Barker takes care of business for the Trojans. After Wilson made the first stop, he wouldn't deny this one. Barker, grip it and rip it. And that's the 23rd goal on the year for the graduate student. Now getting his master's at USC after coming over from University of the Pacific. And make it 7-3 Trojans, nearing the 1-minute mark here in the first half. Offensive, off the ball at around 4.5 meters. UC Davis too aggressive. They will give this one back. These are the unforced errors Layson talked about. Can't have them against a team like USC. Barker, big fake, field block, excellent help from behind. That's Ben Fleming coming across. And then on the way down, Barker, from bad to worse, has his shot field blocked and then is excluded in transition. Timeout called by UC Davis. You see the tussle here. Gets tangled up with Ben Fleming. And the full range of emotions there. Wyatt Barker, awesome backhand, goal connects, and then a missed shot, field blocked away, gives the exclusion, and now sets up a 6-on-5 for UC Davis as the Aggies will call for time. 56 seconds left, and UC Davis using up some of their timeouts in this first half, but they are aware, like so many, they are not in a position to get down by a lot of goals against this USC team. Those timeouts won't matter much if you hang on to them if you're down 6, 7, 8 goals in the second half. 7-3 USC here. Pivotal power play coming up for the Aggies with 56 seconds left. Barker excluded. And now Logan Anderson had the most recent goal for the Aggies. Davis will work along 2 meters. Here's Murtaugh back out high now. Asnar Beltran still on the advantage. Beltran gives a look. Murtaugh now. Back to Beltran. Patience Anderson. Sides coming even on the post. Score it for UC Davis and near Gross. Power play for UC Davis, their second. And this is the same way the Aggies scored last time in that they exercised ultimate patience Now USC was looking for inside the 2 here, feeling that near Gross had been camped out on that post a little too long, but it'll work for the Aggies as the big man dives inside, takes the catch, and hits. 55 goals. Leads this UC Davis team in scoring, and they make it 7-4. 32 seconds left. First half. Jake Earhart. He had the hot hand early for the Trojans. Now Hannes Dobe. Move it around to Merchep. Merchep now Molthen. Earhart. Nothing there. 2-second differential, shot, end game clock. Merchep along 2 meters. He'll take a look. Barker posting, nothing there. That pass tipped. Trojans just about out of time with 1 on the timer. Molthen loads it up, and it's off the post and away. And one last chance here for Wilson and the Aggies, and that is batted away by Nick Porter, and that is how this first half ends in this first semifinal battle. USC leading UC Davis 7-4. Jake Earhart and Hannes Dobe, 2 of the stars of this USC squad. 2 goals each, and that pushes the Trojans to a 3-goal advantage here at the break. We will take a timeout. We've got third quarter action coming up. It's the 2021 NCAA Men's Water Polo Championship. Beautiful look at Southern California as we welcome you back on campus. Westwood Village, UCLA, the Speaker Aquatic Center. And it's the first of 2 semifinals on the day. The start of the third quarter about to begin in this one. USC leading UC Davis 7-4. Greg Meskel here with you for NCAA.com. We'll have UCLA and Cal to follow, and then we will crown a champion tomorrow. As Joe Pilo will get us started in this third quarter. Sprinters are lined up. Asnar Beltran for UC Davis, and getting there first, Jacob Merchep. Just that left claw reaches out and gathers up the ball in one fell swoop. And the Trojans will go to work on offense here. Ash Molthen, lefty from Buena Park, California, goes into Earhart, and a whole host of Whitewater, a battle. That'll go against Near Gross. His second, he was looking for an offensive, came up holding his nose, but instead it is an opportunity here for the Trojans. Dobe now, Molthen works to Merchep. Merchep looking perhaps to the post to Earhart, not there. Instead, Dobe, the flick of the wrist. Hannes Dobe with the power play strike. He has 3, and the Trojans have their second 6-on-5 goal. And look at the wrist action here from Dobe. There's not a whole lot of faking. He just gathers it up and quickly powers it home before the defense can settle in. And that's an 8-4 lead right now for USC as they strike first to open this second half. Dobe with the hat trick out of Long Beach, California. On this end, good stop. Nick Porter turning away the Nomura opportunity in close. Everything but the finish there for UC Davis. They poured inside of Will Nomura. He gets fantastic position as you see here, but Porter full of energy. Up big to deny that attempt. New shot clock now for the Aggies. Here's Venna working now to Vogenthaler. And they won't get much more on this possession. An offensive foul. Trojans now are off for the races. Davis will try and cover up and get back as Dobe will lead things into the offensive end. He'll flick it across to Molthen. These two know each other well. High school teammates at Orange Lutheran. Inside step out, save Wilson. Aaron Wilson turns away the Barker attempt. Aaron Wilson adds another as Barker got a clean separation from his defender. And the stop is there by the keeper on this end. The turn and an ordinary as they work to hold a niche. He's battling against Dobay with Barker lurking. It's an ordinary, so the shot clock stays now 13, now to 11. Entry back in, turning, looking to step through and drawing an exclusion. And that's an exclusion on number 5, not a 5-meter penalty, but it is Hannes Dobay going off, and it is the 6th power play of the day for the Aggies. They've hit on their last 2, so building some momentum there as Dobay swims off. Aggies go to work now. Work it now around the perimeter. Side's about to come even. Shot clock to 12. Vogenthaler has that pass tipped. Sides are even now. Trojans back at full strength. Aggies still on the attack. Timer to 5. The skip. Porter got a piece of that. It stays in play as it ricochets off the frame of the cage. And the Trojans halt the 6-on-5 for UC Davis. Now 2 of 6 on the man advantage. Nick Porter, part of the Australian pipeline to the USC goal. 3rd goalie from Australia that's won an NCAA title with this program. Joining the likes of James Clark and Joel Dennerly. Trojans turn it over, and now it'll be up to Porter again as USC gets back on defense. Aaron Wilson takes a look. Swinging to Stefan Avena. Now Asnar Beltran. Beltran gives a look, threads it inside. Dealt out to Vena. Timer under 10. Beltran swings to Fleming. Timer to 3. They got to go. Difficult angle, and Holden Nietzsche fires that one into the waiting hands of Nick Porter. And now we'll get a timeout by USC. So 4:51 to play as Nick Porter makes the stop. Marco Pinterich will call for time, and USC in a comfortable position right now, 8-4. By no means running away with the match, but in a strong spot here as we near the midway point of this 3rd quarter. Dan Layson and company trying to figure out a way back in this one and offering some thoughts to Vogenthaler. Talking about center defense there. So we take a look at some of the numbers. 2 of 7. USC is on the 6-on-5. UC Davis, 2 of 6. So both teams even up there. Look at your leading scorers. Hannes Dobay, 3 goals to pace the Trojan attack. He leads everyone. Earhart, 2 quick ones early. Logan Anderson, Ben Fleming, and Near Gross came up early with tallies for UC Davis, as did Spencer Toll. Aaron Wilson, 7 stops in cage. Nick Porter not far behind with 6. And now we emerge out of the timeout. USC ball. 4:51 to go, 3rd quarter. Merchep. Man look here on defense from the Aggies. Here's Dobay. Goalie out, risky move, step out and deflected. It pays off for UC Davis as Max Miller tried to turn and face, and that pass just got tipped enough, the shot rather. It allowed the Aggies to gather, but then UC Davis draws a 6-on-5 and they end up turning it over right back to the Trojans. Kind of a wacky play there as the Aggies were on the move, looking to pass it back out. The pass got tipped right back to the Aggies, but then stolen away by USC, and it's Merchep now. Earhart's on after the lifetime sub as Bernatich takes a seat. Nearing the 4-minute mark, 3rd quarter. Earhart now, Merchep. Fairly quiet thus far for the Catino Award finalists a year ago. Timer to 1. They'll have to dump this one aside. Wise move from Longton with the shot clock about to expire, and Logan Anderson will take control. USC, though, not giving an inch. Merchep pressing in the backcourt. And they'll have to reverse the pool and send things up ahead. So Asnar Beltran back inside now. Big turn, penalty. Near Gross, 6'5", 260, and he went to work against Marcus Longton down at 2 meters. Second look here, gets the clean catch and then wheels inside, lets go of the ball and draws the penalty. That will go against Longton. This will give Davis their first penalty try of the match as Logan Anderson will come on and look for his second goal of the day. Hit it for Logan Anderson. His second, the Aggies' first penalty shot score. Make it 8-5. UC Davis back to within 3. And Anderson converts out of Shack or Sleepy Hollow water polo in Northern California. The UC Davis water polo love runs deep in the Anderson household. Brothers Keenan and Marcus both played for UC Davis, so no surprise Logan shows up here as a junior, the latest. And he has 2 important goals, trying to keep his team in the mix. Here's Molthen. Molthen, guarded by Asnar Beltran, works to Dobé. Away from all of that activity, there's an exclusion. And that's going to go against Levi Murtaugh. And it's a power play for USC. Dobé. Molthen now. Merchep right in front. Stop is there by the Aggies. Carson Kranz had it point blank. And the UC Davis defense closes up and denies this attempt. Second look. Again, the pass is on the money, but great help between Wilson and Toll. USC now 2 for 8 on the power play. Can the Aggies answer? Great position, save Porter. So one good defensive play leads to another as Nick Porter turns back near Gross, who had fantastic position inside. Gross, defender on his back and tries to slam the skip near side. On this end, Dobé ricochet off the post, tried to go cross cage, not there. And Wilson will hang on. Things picking up. Wilson may have gotten a fingernail on that one. Regardless, it's off the post and in possession of the Aggies. Here's Neach. They go back inside. Again, the position. Working and drawing the exclusion. That will go on number 7, Carson Kranz, and the power play for the Aggies. Their 8th crack on the advantage. So near Gross becoming a problem now for the Trojans inside. UC Davis on the attack. Neach out high. Anderson. They work it around. Vogenthaler. Neach now. Sides coming even. Anderson inside again. Field block. And it's gathered up by USC. Trojans getting in the way of that opportunity as we're near 90 seconds left in this third quarter. 8-5 USC. Merchep. Bernatich, Earhart, Wilson. Long ricochet out high to Molthen. He'll put the brakes on and work to Merchep. Molthen, now Merchep gives a look. Barker in at 2 meters. Molthen lets fly and too much bounce. Up and away. And it's back to UC Davis and Aaron Wilson. Aggies looking for one more before the third is all said and done, and a turnover. Unforced error picked off by Merchep. He's got Dobé weak side, surging ahead. Barker on the move. Dobé off the post. He has had some tough luck finding the post a couple of times now. In close, but again, a long ricochet. Out to Earhart now, Merchep, and they'll regroup. As we near 30 seconds to play, 13-second differential, shot and game clock into Merchep, penalty. Merchep getting inside, and Spencer Toll is called for the penalty. And This will be USC with the 5-meter opportunity. Dobé looking for another, and it's all looking to appeal to his coach. And Dan Layson told him, no, it's a penalty. What just went on there? And now Dobé will try and add his 4th, and first we'll get everyone positioned, and now Dobé scores it. 2 for 2 is Hannes Dobé from the 5-meter line, and he has 4 goals overall. And that gives USC a 9-5 advantage, and these are the razor-thin margins that UC Davis is operating within. An excellent chance on one end, just comes up short, and then a penalty on this side, and a 2-goal swing. UC Davis so close to making it 8-6, and USC, as the really strong teams always do, take advantage and push their lead back out now at 4, 9-5. The exclusion. 6-on-5 for UC Davis. Dobé going off. That's his 2nd foul. Shot clock is off. 15 seconds left here in the 3rd. Aggies. Anderson out high. Beltran now. They work it around. Fleming not there. 5 seconds left. Here's Anderson. 3 seconds left. On the post. Penalty called with 1 second left in the 3rd quarter. They worked to Spencer Toll. Penalty to go against Alexander Lancel. And the second 5-meter opportunity coming here for UC Davis. It'll be Ben Fleming to shoot it, to try and bring Davis back within 3. Ben Fleming with 1 second left here in the 3rd. Officials line everyone up at the 5-meter line, and here's Fleming. Score it for Ben Fleming. And make it 9-6 USC, as Fleming has his 2nd. And we come to the end of the 3rd quarter with UC Davis hanging tough, trailing USC 9-6. Their last goal the Aggies get from Ben Fleming on this penalty shot score. And they'll have 8 minutes left to try and make up a 3-goal deficit. We're back to Westwood after this. Fourth quarter on the way on campus here at UCLA. A great place to watch some water polo, and they've got one of the biggest events of the year, the 2021 NCAA Men's Water Polo Championship. We go to the 4th quarter in this first semifinal. USC leading UC Davis 9-6, and this Aggie team not going away just yet. The Trojans looking for that knockout punch. To give some context, this would be a massive upset for UC Davis to upend the top-seeded Trojans. For those that watch water polo all the time, you're saying, of course, obviously, but in case we have some new viewers joining us here in 2021, UC Davis trying to pull off a big-time historical upset. USC controls to start the 4th quarter, as Ash Moulton gives off to Merchep right into Earhart. Why not go back to where you started? Just an ordinary. Earhart will give it back out to Moulton, and now Dobé. Wyatt Barker back in. Double post threat here for the Trojans. Tough to stop. Shot clock to 6. Dobé takes a look. Fires to Merchep. He passes inside. Shot clock about to expire. And that shot just getting off as the horn sounded. Earhart goes crossbar and away. And it's back to the Aggies. We're 30 seconds deep here in the 4th quarter. It's a 9-6 lead for USC. Ordinary called. Venna.
Cross pass, Gross.
Here's Gross.
Picks up top. Toll.
Now Toll will take a look.
Anderson.
That's an ordinary. Logan Anderson. Plastino. Plastino. Anderson. Shot clock to 5. Anderson gives a look. That's off the bar. Loose ball, and no one saw it for a moment as Earhart and Gross were tangled up. Nick Porter controls. Here come the Trojans, 17-2 on the year. At-large selection out of the MPSF. And an exclusion. Barker off the bar, couldn't cash in, right in front.
Off the mark after the exclusion.
Second look, Wyatt Barker has the time, and that one just off the bar. He'd love to have that one back. The exclusion went on Spencer Toll. And now the Aggies going to take advantage of the good fortune. Logan Thaler, let's fly, and Porter gathers that one up, makes the save with 6:15 to play here in the fourth. Moulton gives a look, and we won't go far. Offensive foul against the Trojans. Our goalie's playing well. Wilson 9 saves, Porter 8 saves. Each keeper has a steal as well. Venna swimming in. Plastino now. Waving it around, firing. Porter knocks it down. His 9th save, and USC controls. And credit the Trojans. They've adjusted on near Gross. He was wreaking havoc at 2 meters, and the Aggies haven't been able to set him as of late. Back on this end, Sturdivant. Merchep. Inside, step through, save Wilson. Barker the rebound, and the Aggies control as UC Davis surrounds the big man. And Dan Layson will call for time with 5:20 to play here in the fourth. Again, Barker getting fantastic position. The 6'6", 2-meter man holds his position, turns, and then has that one sent back. And now with 5:20 left, UC Davis calls for time. They are down to just 1 30-second timeout remaining. And for USC, they've got 3 timeouts remaining. It's the semifinals of the NCAA Men's Water Polo Championship. And as we take a look back at recent history, what you won't see here is UC Davis. They are trying to crack this list. They've never won an NCAA Men's Water Polo title, but they would love to be part of the conversation as we see what has transpired over the last 4 years. And keep in mind that 2020 UCLA title that actually happened earlier this year due to the pandemic postponed typical time frame for the fall season for 2020. But what's good about this picture, and you look back, Cal won in 2016, so that's just the most recent year that's not appearing on this graphic. But a little bit of balance here among these teams after you'd seen stretches of 5 straight by USC and that sort of thing. So amongst the elite MPSF squads mixing it up, but an opportunity here for some other teams to try and enter the conversation. UC Davis trying to storm back, trailing 9-6, 5:20 left in the fourth, after they beat a very good Long Beach State team in quarterfinal play on Thursday. Out of the timeout, where do the Aggies go as Wilson will put things in play? A lot of motion, a lot of whitewater here in front of the goal. Levi Murtaugh. Entry inside. They had it all but the gather, so you could see what that play was trying to be. Anderson drives across and then would enter inside to Nomura. And had he gathered that pass, or had that pass been a little bit in front of Nomura where he could step to it and finish, maybe a different result. Easy to say from sitting over here. Under 5 left in the fourth. 9-6 USC. Merchep with 3 on the timer. Kick it out, Sturdivant. Tipped out by Wilson. Actually, that was Longton, excuse me, on the attempt from the outside, and works out well for the Trojans as Wilson got a piece of it and a new shot clock now. Veteran stuff here from Marcus Longton, the junior. Nothing really doing on offense, but put it high, hope for a tip out, and you'll get a new shot clock. It's exactly what happened for the Trojans. Merchep now, under 4.5 to play, fourth quarter. Here's Bernatich. And now Waldock. Entry in. Wilson takes that one up close and personal and bats it away on the attempt from Max Miller inside. And now the Aggies looking to counter. Credit the Trojans doing a nice job recovering. And here's Murtaugh. Toll now. Dan Layson imploring his team to hurry up. They don't have all the time in the world. 6-on-5 here now for the Aggies. The exclusion will go against Longton. Power play for the Aggies. Big opportunity here for UC Davis. Save Porter. And the rebound right to Merchep. What a stop from Nick Porter. Keeper able to cancel out another huge try here for UC Davis. Under 3:30 to play now. Merchep dumps it off to Bernatich. Dangerous pass. They had all kinds of options, and that one goes right into the waiting hand of Logan Anderson, and now a minor misconduct will go against USC as the ball changes hands. That was Anderson stepping in front. Exclusion on Max Miller. And that is all. The red flag is out. Max Miller's day is done. Power play now for the Aggies. A must-have if they're going to get back in this one. It's a must-have, and they got it. Score the goal for UC Davis. That's Levi Murtaugh on the power play connect. His first and the 22nd on the year for the redshirt junior at a Riverside Poly High School. We got ourselves a game down the stretch. 3:01 to play, 9-7 USC. UC Davis just never went away in this one. Aggies now 3 of 11 on the advantage. The most recent one from the left-hander, Murtaugh, and now they'll have to do it on this end. 9-7 game. Dobey, long cross pass. Merchep up on his legs to gather. Inside, batted around, stolen. UC Davis takes control as Toll comes up with it. Looking ahead now, dangerous pass taken away, a turnover. But again, a bad pass. One turnover leads to another, nobody ready. It comes back to the Aggies. Inside, tipped up and out of play. And that is last touch. Now, they're ruling that a last touch like a field block and changing possession. But it looks like last touch on USC, as that didn't look to be a shot attempt. And they will correct the call. And it will be Aggie possession. It's one of those counterintuitive things about water polo. Last touch on defense, sometimes a good thing if it's a shot block. But in this case, that was just a pass. So it was last touch. Trojans, it stays Aggie ball. Frantic last few seconds here. And then a takeaway. Carson Kranz forcing the issue on defense, forces the ball under, he takes it away. Turnovers all over the place. That one sails far into the corner. Merchep controls, nearing the 2-minute mark. Offensive. In at 2 meters. The ball back to the Aggies. Keep in mind, Davis just one timeout left. They need offense. Here's Fleming now. Fleming takes a look. Low skip and sails it wide. Tried to put that cross cage and couldn't connect, and a timeout called by USC and Coach Painterich. Fleming trying to make this a one-goal game. Looked to drop it down with a sidearm delivery, and it sailed wide. 1:56 to play. Fourth quarter. UC Davis hanging tough with USC. And they've taken it all the way down to under 2 left in the fourth quarter. And they have an opportunity. They'll need absolutely perfect defense. Although you say that, and both teams have had some unforced errors the last couple of minutes of play here. USC talking things over. The expectations, the pressure on this team to advance. And now they find themselves in a real dogfight. You come into a day like this and the casual fan is saying, well, we're just going to wait for Cal UCLA. That'll be the game of the day. But we ended up with a battle on our hands in this one, and it is good for the game. 9-7. USC being pushed by UC Davis, under 2. And you can bet every UCLA fan here is cheering hard for the Aggies. Probably every Cal fan, too. So timeout situations. Just 1 30-second break left for UC Davis. 1 full 1 30-second left for USC. Under 2 to play, fourth quarter. Porter will get us started. 9-7 USC. Here's Merchep. No goals yet today for the high-scoring lefty. Molson now. Trojans in no hurry. Earhart. Shot clock to 13. Molson gives a look. Looking for Barker inside. Aggies ready with the double team. Here's Earhart. Shot clock to 6. Earhart, they go inside. Exclusion called with 90 seconds left. And a 6-on-5 is coming for USC, but first a timeout. And the exclusion will go on Spencer Toll, and that is his third foul. So Toll has fouled out for UC Davis. Max Miller is done for USC. And for the Aggies, just seconds away from the shot clock expiring, but that is why teams so often run that patient attack, looking for that last-second exclusion, and Trojans did the job on offense, had the positioning, and now have the 6-on-5 try with 1:29 to go here in this fourth quarter. And a big power play opportunity there. 2 for 9 thus far. UC Davis set on defense. Aggies opted out last season due to COVID, but have picked up where they left off from the 2019 campaign, in that they won their conference and got back into the NCAA tournament. They lost to Pepperdine in the 2019 tourney. That was a strong run for the Waves that year. As the timeout is over, under 90 seconds to play. USC 9, UC Davis 7. Trojans are on the advantage. Here we go. Dobay. Earhart. Now Molson. One more goal here from USC will seal the deal. Earhart. Dobay. Earhart takes a look. Works to Merchep. Merchep waving it around. Nothing there. Earhart now. Earhart. Missed connection. Shot clock to 8. It's gathered up by Kranz. Sides coming even. Merchep, the skip shot score with time winding down and sides coming even. The redshirt senior, he came back to USC for moments like this. His first goal of the day. None bigger for the men of Troy. Right as sides are coming even, Jacob Merchep makes it a 10-7 game in favor of USC. Davis uses their final timeout, a 30-second timeout, and they will get into their front court offense and try and pull a rabbit out of a hat here with 1:03 to play.
Let's go, Logan. Let's go, dear. Go.
Clutch offense from USC and the veteran Merchep. Aggies don't have the luxury of wasting time, and they get the exclusion. Anderson now works it around. The exclusion on Merchep. Power play to the Aggies. Anderson. They got to go. They score. It's Michael Plastino on the power play.
Cross cage, Plastino.
Could hear Dan Lassen saying, go. There's not time to deliberate. Let it fly. 10-8 now. It's a 2-goal game once more on the power play connect from Plastino, the redshirt senior out of Granite Bay, California. Now 45 seconds left on the game clock, 30 seconds on the shot clock. So for USC, they can take time and try and run this clock out. Davis will try and avoid an exclusion if they can, and just let them run this clock out. Is an exclusion being called? It is, and that, for all intents and purposes, will likely end the game. Actually, this will. A penalty will be called against UC Davis, and now one player from the Aggies will be sent off. So the ball's coming out as we sift through a whole host of whistles. 28 seconds left. We'll get the explanation here from Scott Volz. We had an exclusion, then a penalty, and then a game misconduct. Looks as if USC is going to have a penalty shot coming up, and Dobé swam on just to clear out some of the UC Davis players. So it is going to be a penalty shot for Merchep and USC. He had the big skip shot goal moments ago and can now once again make this a 3-goal game. And he does. Jacob Merchep delivering when it matters most. 2 goals in the final minute. The second should put the capper on this one. His 46th goal on the year. Continues to climb the ranks in USC history. He is now 2 away from 200 goals in his USC career. So 27 seconds left, 11-8 USC. They got pushed down to the wire by UC Davis, but it looks as if they will escape here. Ahead 3 with 27 seconds left. It would take a colossal meltdown. Wilson will put things in play. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds left. Wilson advancing, works to Anderson. Anderson gets inside towards the cage, and that one looked to be deflected from behind, or he lost the handle, but it did not get on goal. Porter controls, and he can take the time off this clock because USC is headed back to the national championship game. They win it 11-8. A battle, perhaps more than they bargained for. But USC outlasts UC Davis. The Trojans improved to 18-2 on the year. UC Davis, a valiant effort, comes up short. They finish at 19-9. And an excellent run after a year in which they didn't take part. They find themselves back in the NCAA tournament. They win their way into the semifinal round, and they take USC down to the wire before coming up just 3 goals short for the Trojans. They advance, which was the whole goal today, and now they will await the winner of the UCLA-Cal showdown, which is coming up at 4 p.m. Pacific time. For the Trojans, powered by some familiar faces. The Olympian for Team USA, Hannes Dobé, 4 goals to pace this offensive attack. Jake Earhart started off with 2 strong ones, and then a familiar face, Jacob Merchep, comes up with 2 big goals in the final minute of regulation to help seal the deal. Nick Porter, 10 saves in the victory. That's going to do it for this one. USC defeats UC Davis 11-8. Greg Meskel saying come back and join us for UCLA and Cal in about 45 minutes.